Mm, Hi. Hello. Appearing out of absolutely nowhere. Without warning, without rhyme, without reason. Warning! Without warning! Warning! It's me. I don't have a name for this piece yet. I'll probably figure out what that name is sometime during this stream when the brain wakes up. Right now, the brain is not awake. Neither is the body, neither is it. I don't even think the spirit's awake. Nope. The only thing that is awake is the desire for nicotine and caffeine. Brain dead, that is correct. We are going full brain dead mode. What's up, man? How's it going? So I finished the piece that I was working on. I'll just pull that up real quick, show you. I don't think you saw it yet. I forget if I showed anyone at work, but here it is. It's done. It's finished. There it all is. All of that stuff you've pretty much already seen by now. This is everything that I finished up since you last saw it. Really not a whole lot changed on it. But there it is. And so now we're about to do another one in a very similar style to this. This is a little difficult to explain at my current moment in state. How am I? I am... So anyway... Zin popped. Drink pre-cracked. I haven't had to open this one up. It was open before the stream started. So, it's good. Took a piss. So, the piss, which was stored in the balls, no longer stored in the balls. Made plenty of room. I just want to share this song with you. Okay, thanks. So, we have a knightly fellow here, sort of knightly fellow, possibly villainous, don't know yet. That was Daft Punk. P is stored in the balls. One of their rare unreleased demos. They never finished it, but I get the feeling that it was going to be a real banger, like right up there with All Around the World, right up there with Work It. Probably would have been more cinematic than their work on Tron. it was going to be a for sure hit. I don't know why they never finished it, frankly speaking. A for sure hit. A hit on all four shores of the world. So, I may or may not have fucked up here. Hold on. Yeah, it's a little easier to just do this. This'll be good for color, but for the time being, recollecting where I am, what I'm doing here, I'm gonna just go ahead and use the darker one. As I slowly try and figure out what the fuck I was thinking here. Right now I'm just kind of like refining the details and then using this refinement to better place my blocking. So it doesn't even need to be like perfect or anything, but close to it, close to it. I still think about that meme every now and then. Sprayhead girlfriend. Every now and then I'll just be sitting there and oh, how about that? Just minding my business, you know? Chillin' big. Hardcore chillin'. Wesley fucking Snipes. I keep thinking of that dude every time I see the genie. Sun Ink. So they brought him back to reprise his role for Blade in that new Deadpool movie. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna watch it or not. I saw the other two. They were fun. They were nice, good, fun movies. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not really in the mood for that kind of movie right now. You know, when I get in the mood to watch another one, I definitely will. I definitely will, but it's not something I'm kind of feeling right at the moment. Because they are funny. I was a big fan of Deadpool when I was younger. Probably because I was a big fan of The Mask when I was even younger than that. Scuba dab, wow, see ya. They call me Cuban Pete. I'm a king of the rumba beat. Chick chicka boom, chick chicka boom, chick chicka boom. Giving this dude the Sanpaku eyes here. I don't know if you know what Sanpaku eyes are, but it's this. These are Sanpaku eyes. Didn't I find I think I did. Let me see if I downloaded this so that way I can show you what Sampo. Yeah, I did. Here we go. Here's what Sanpaku eyes are. All right, you've probably seen a pair of eyes like these at work at some point. Right, there's, as you can see, 5 levels. Let's start with whites below 1 iris only here. Stress in life somewhere, depth and peripheral vision is off, accident prone. So these are the eyes that Brian had. Right? Very accident prone. I don't know if you ever noticed. But whenever he was on the forklift and you saw that, you knew you were about to get run the fuck over if you did not get out of the way. White showing below both irises. A lot of pressure. Be aware of situation. These eyes want to unload. If you ever see me working... Anyway. Whites below eyes, half of iris visible. Alright, we're talking the eyes are set low, but you can still see 3 whites. Alright, that's what Psychasso means. It means 3 whites. Alright, you can see 3 whites in the eyes here. Right here. Well, let me get color that you can actually see. The whites on the sides and the white on the bottom. Right? Be very cautious. Extreme pressure. These eyes are hiding something, alright? Now just imagine like a big grin under this. Or a stone-faced expression. Alright? This is, you know, something's up. Whites below, half of iris showing, glassy-eyed. Don't walk, run away. These eyes have psychotic tendencies. Alright, now you're in danger. Now you're in real danger. And then 5th level, 3 whites visible. Alright, the ones on the sides and above. These eyes, these are the eyes of a psychopathic killer. These eyes want to gain power over you. I don't understand the writing on this one. This is some broken English. These eyes want to gain power of you. Power of you. So, as you can see, we're using the 5th case here. Psychasso eyes. This is what you got to do as an artist, you know. You got to make sure you like properly use things. Got to do your research. Lots of research, man. Endless research. Make sure you have your pack of cigarettes with you. So when you're doing when you're doing your, when you're doing your research, or you're just out in the wild and someone says something, you can just pull one out and go, damn, that's inspiring. Damn. And then you whip out the sketchbook and you write it down. I need to put a sweater on. Where's my nearest sweater? Give me 1 second here. Oh, shush. I wasn't pressing the shift key like that. No. no heat, so we're busting out the heavy coat for this one. Honestly, I don't know why I'm bothering making this symmetrical. We can get as wild in the streets as we want here. A little bit of symmetry is fine. Too much is right out. When I first started working on this sketch, I was really hoping to make something like really small. Something that I could knock out pretty quickly. I probably can knock this out in like 3 sessions. It would have been more ideal if it could have been just 1 or 2, but I'm getting the feeling this is going to be like a 5-session piece. Because while it is not particularly big, as I was working on it, I started getting ideas and more ideas and more ideas. I had a basic concept, which really just involved this guy, but then I incorporated a background, and as I incorporated a background, I had these 2 pillars here on the sides, and I want to put like some, I guess, like sculpted elements in them between layers. Bunch of, I don't know, implied sculpture, like here and here. So, look like it could be a DLC car, a character on Elden Ring. Could be. Could be. Maybe. Oh, come on, we don't need to make these horns jut straight out. Let's break out the wavy horns. These are fun. My horns come in waves. Come in waves. Asymmetrical waves. This also comes from research. This is actually found in nature. Not mere fantasy, but actual nature. I forget what species of goat. Let's find goat. Goat. key is stored in the balls, Alright, that's not gonna load, so never mind. Had an idea that would make for an, I don't know, an interesting concept to build off of, gameplay-wise. I don't know what kind of game. I mean, for me, it's almost always a fantasy game. Not always, but almost always some style of fantasy. The idea is you have to use this this function that is basically like a focus feature. A feature that I guess we call a function, not a function, a focus, right? You have to pay attention, right? You have to hold down the button and your character kind of goes into like pay attention mode as you're moving around. So if you're in the middle of combat and you hold the button down while you're fighting, you might pick up some of your enemy's movements. If you're running in the forest and you pay attention, you won't trip and fall over random roots or rocks. And then you'll just naturally be able to move around in uneven territory without stumbling or clambering or what have you. Mostly it's to like unlock moves for combat and movement. I kind of want to do away with the experience system. I've never been too keen on like your character gained this technique by leveling up. I hate that so much. I hate level grinding. It's annoying. It's old, it's outdated. I don't think there really is a valid argument for level grinding anymore. Alright, search results are in. Copy image. These guys, there they are. There they are. Look at him. Nice little fella. So, straight out of nature. Straight out of nature. Alright, now this part I need to pay a little bit of attention to because I'm pretty sure I wanted to break the helmet up around here someplace. So, attention paid. I'll need to make the sketch part here, or the new sketch, the refined sketch. The final boss of Deer Park. The final bosses of all Goat. So I guess so that way you understand what is about to happen later on in this piece. I wanted to make a character who had like pieces, like on an entire dungeon map going on, you know, like that last piece I did, which was one big ass dungeon map. And I wanted to have all of that like right in here in his body. Like all of this. All the way down. The entire torso. Down his arm. Through here, up off onto the side. All the way down to here. Maybe some of it bleeding out over here somewhere. So that's all going to be dungeon right there. You know, dungeon, maze, labyrinth, whatever you want to call it. That's that. I'm probably not going to delineate that like I am everything else. That stuff, I'm just gonna figure it out. We're going to improvise. Improvise. So right now I'm kind of just focusing on the stuff that's staying in. Let me look up Night Glove. Interesting. Interesting. No. No. Alright, that's not bad. I can do like a mixture of that. The album we're listening to right now, I actually did the artwork for this one. It's Worm Priest, Crown of Mesmer. Let's see if I have the picture of it somewhere. Yeah, here it is. The dude is currently working on another project. I forget what he said. I can pull up these messages and take a look. See what he's doing right now. He hit me up and said, hey, I'm working another one. I might have work for you later. Yeah, his next project, atmospheric black metal plus dungeon synth plus stoner doom. So that sounds interesting. I like the idea of dungeon synth artists branching out into the stoner doom sound. That was like one of my favorite genres for a while there. I was thinking about possibly getting a stylus, maybe a tablet while I was working on this piece too, but I kind of like being able to say, nah, I do all of this with a mouse, which is what I'm doing right now. And I feel like that's kind of like bragging rights right there. Not just to like make this sword look broken. Every time I try and make a broken sword, I always get caught up in the broken point. You know what? Nah, we're gonna do Flamberge style here. Oh, what tablet do you use? Oh, I don't. What do you mean? I use a mouse. How do you do that? Point and click. Bro, that's insane. You right. It is all I have ever known. Originally it was because I was poor. Now it's because I'm poor and cheap. And I don't like that right now. Maybe I'll think about it later. Maybe I'll think about it later. I'll think about doing a Flamberge. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but you know. Clean as fuck. Which is kind of ironic. A lot of my stuff is kind of, I don't want to say dirty, but I'm going to say dirty because I don't have any other word for it right this second. I'll figure something out about that later. When I first found Dungeon Synth, it was completely different from what I was expecting, because I was just searching random things on YouTube trying to find new music, and I was really big on synthwave at the time, so I kind of had like this Carpenter Brute Perturbator Hotline Miami sound in mind, but with like Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy stylings to the sound here. I did not find that. That is not what I found at all. I found this. I wasn't dissatisfied with it. It was not what I expected. I was really hoping for some like really, dancey electronic lush synth. And now every time I listen to it, I always get like vague hints in my mind of what I think I would make to make something a little more aggressive, dancier. Something proper out there. Well, maybe not out there, not too experimental, you know. I really, I don't know why, I like this right here. How kind of like, got that, it's wavy, it's mist-like, almost kind of looks like roots. I know I said I didn't need too much symmetry, but a little bit of symmetry goes a long way in pieces like this, especially in spots like the armor, which is supposed to be the most sane thing about this dude. Color theme? I don't know yet. I tend to always go with secondaries. So it's probably going to end up being secondaries. Originally it was supposed to just be like 1 or 2 colors, but as I developed it further, usually I just do something like that. Those are always my go-to colors, without fail. Like that is in so many of my paintings. And I don't know if I'm at the point where I struggle to get away with it because I'm not creative enough to deal with any other color scheme, or if it's because I think it's largely, I justify the use of that scheme very heavily because it's so fucking good. You know, if it's not broke, why fix it? You know what I mean? Kind of forgot that this dude's at a bit of an angle, so can't really have this piece like facing you dead on. Which makes it easier for you to tell that this is a spike, honestly. Just erase this. Not quite there yet. Again, this does not need to be perfect right now. I just need to establish what I'm looking at for the blocking. I'm kind of at the point where I can start blocking. I did have one idea for a color, which was the background here. So I guess I can rename this layer second sketch blocking. There's this doorway in the back. Originally the door was going to be blackened out, you know, darkness behind the dude here. But then I thought, you know, this would give me an excellent opportunity to do some, like, backlighting on him, which would make it look really fucking sick. So we're gonna have, some green light shining on him from behind, so you get some of these, like, accents. On the back side of his armor. Sort of help with the three-dimensional look, more or less. The eldritch green light. should I make the door a little wider? I'll make the door a little wider. And then just take this down. So that way it's even. And then I can put a little bit of that light over here on the back side of these pillars. Let me get a guide over here so I can keep it consistent. This probably is irrelevant to do over here because, like I said, I'm going to be like doing stuff to it. That's probably going to like pop out to like around here-ish. But it'll allow me to kind of have an idea of where this will begin and end. Where it should stay confined to. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt when I got this far with it. Like when I got this far, I was like, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to do anything to it. It already looks so cool, you know, because it's got like that proper glitchy analog look to it with the chromatic aberration. It's vague, it's grimy, it's crusty. But this color, at the very least of all the colors that I could be using, this is one that I definitely had thought about while working on. Just have a nice green backlight going on. And that's the end of that album, which means I should wrap this up real quick. Give me like one more dungeon synth song, just one. Let me get some dungeon funk. Which is the funniest thing I've ever found out exists. The idea of having that sound mixed with funk. So let me quickly wrap this up and then get to what we are all gathered here for today, which would be Bully. Get out of my mind! Yeah. I'm really trying to resist the urge to just get a desaturated purple in here. I'm really like, come on. Come on. It's so hard to resist that. It's the color scheme is so good. It's so good. It's dark. It's kind of spooky coloring. I mean, you know, with it this saturated right now as is, it's kind of more Joker-esque. But I mean, it's such a good color scheme. Such a good color scheme. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to escape it. It's too good for my own good. Yeah, they just go together so well. It's so hard to get away from it. Like I said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But goddamn, you know, I'd love to have a little bit of variation in my work. No? Alright. I should just start changing my name to MF Secondaries. Because that's all I use is secondaries. Motherfucking secondaries. That's it. You know, because secondary colors just really make me think of Halloween. They make me think of, like, dark magic. You know, it's a sadder, kind of mystical, kind of spooky color scheme. You see it a lot around this time of year. And you start seeing even more of it because you see secondaries in a lot of like Halloween decoration. Pumpkins are usually orange, witches are usually green. There's accents of purple everywhere. Halloween graphics. Like, let's see how long it takes me to find the secondaries here. Alright, we got a lot of blue-orange contrast, naturally. I found something that's orange and purple. Orange and green. Yeah, let me pull this up for you so you can see. Let's see. I want to add a source. Window capture, add source. Add new source instead. Yeah, like you'll see it, no problem. I mean, orange is obvious, but then there's the green, there's purple. Green and purple. Straight up purple. I had a friend who could not figure out what purple is associated with, because he was talking about magic and colors and their associations. He's like, oh, you know, purple is just associated with awkwardness because I can't figure it out. So now every now and then I make fun of him by saying, oh, I cast level 21 awkwardness magic. Anyway, I'm gonna cap this off here. I need to think on it for a little bit. I'll be right back. 5-7 minutes. We're going to go on break, come back, play Bully. So you already know where we're going with this. You already know. Yeah. I'll be right back. Let me give you a little song. Here you go. Be right back.